enjoyed looking good. Was it good? Was good? Yeah. Wonderful idea. So, we have 3 more speeches and then we're going to have handing out the cake and coffee. So we're going to keep moving. And the first speech that we're going to hear next is from a friend of the family. So we'll ask Brother Aidan to come forward and give us some thoughtful words of wisdom.
Well, thanks, Nathan. A lot of you won't know me, the family here knows me, and you might be saying, who is this guy, and why has he got an opportunity to stand up at Laura's wedding? And that's a very good question. I'm Laura's second cousin. Which doesn't help us, the second cousin. I don't get the opportunity to stand up here. I've actually been pondering that while the wedding's gone on today. And I've actually been thinking about this just in terms of a little bit broader. I've been invited to 4 weddings in Christchurch. Sarah and Ben's, David and Miriam's, Jesse and Colleen's, and now Aidan and Laura's. And they have actually been amazing Christadelphian weddings, all of them. And it's starting to drop actually as to why I get invited. I think Bronwyn is feeling really sorry for my wife. Because when I was 23 and 23, pretty cool. Yeah, I jumped on my motorbike with my bride and we shot away in the lake. And and basically what I'm learning from these Christadelphian weddings, and I'm a Christadelphian myself, is just how wrong I've done everything. And it's quite funny. I actually totally agree with Nathan. And I love all the bits, don't get me wrong, but the phone call goes something like this. Ring, 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 ring. Hey, do you want to come away with us for a few days? No! Because for the next 6 weeks, my wife's telling me about all my inadequacies. Anyway. But that leads into why I've been given an opportunity, and that's because we have got away against my better judgment with Paul and Bonnie, and over the last 7 or 8 years, I've been able to develop a relationship with Laura, share in Laura's journey, and over the last year or 2, share in the journey that's brought us here today between Aidan and Laura. So I consider myself really privileged as a second cousin. In fact, am I the only second cousin here? Really good. To be invited. So on behalf of Susie and myself, I would like to start by thanking Laura and Aidan for inviting us here to share views which are amazing. Laura, you do look extremely beautiful. You're looking amazing. And as I watched you today, I couldn't help but my mind went to that 11-year-old girl that drew me the picture of the horse. And funnily enough, I actually was able to find that. I'm not a tidy person, and I actually found that drawing not so long ago. And then another remarkable day that I had with you was when you came up when you were about 18, and we spent a day together. And of course, I hadn't spent a lot of time with you since 11 to 18, so I was sort of expecting you to come up and tell me another horse. And what actually happened was, you came up was like, wow. And we went out, we spent all day together. We spent all day talking or bringing elements of the truth into our conversation. And I remember going, oh wow, that is so remarkable for a young woman today to be able to converse with a second cousin, but in everything, just bringing in elements of the truth. And I just thought, oh, this must please our Heavenly Father so much, and it just really made them feel good. And since that time, I've had this opportunity to watch that faith grow in you and help you make all the decisions that we've made here. So yeah, it's a real privilege to have been able to see the amazing woman that you have today. Now, never to make the same mistake twice. I would just like to say, Roman, you look amazing.
I know you don't know the backstory, but
and although I am genuinely impressed at the daughter you have raised, how can I be surprised? Laura is a credit to yourself and Paul. And I have a 20-year-old daughter, so if my voice breaks, it's because we've got a close relationship, and I know the special relationship that you share with Laura, and how special today is to you both. Can people hear me? Do I need the microphone?
can people at the back here?
Yeah, the microphone.
Hold it, point it straight.
And I want to thank you that Susie and I are able to be here to share this too. I really appreciate that. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Australian family. It's a tremendous effort to come over to New Zealand, and without what's happened and you're coming over here, I certainly wouldn't have been able to be a part of it like we are now. And so I think it's worth mentioning and we're thankful for. It's been an incredibly challenging 12 months for everybody. And when I look across the room and see the time that's been shared this afternoon between families and of course extended into the brethren, the words of the Apostle Paul ring in my mind, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. And I think we've seen that this afternoon as all of these things have come together. Aidan. Well, today's the day. It's the day you join that very special club with all the other married men here. For without marriage, men would go through life thinking we have no faults. Thanks to my wife, I know how many I've got. And today, you join me. So welcome. Of course, I would like to pass on some worthwhile advice on marriage to you both after 25 years of marriage myself. Some little pearl of wisdom that you remember really helps you both in your walk together. Remember, I eloped. Clearly, the scriptural advice is perfect and to be given full consideration. But as I have already alluded to, I have many faults, and I have had to Learn to adapt. My wife's story is a bit like the lady who had a box, which she told her husband he was never to open or keep. Later in life, nearing the end, she gave permission for her husband to look into the box. He found a beautiful little crochet doll and $100,000 in the box. He asked his wife about this doll. Well, she said, I asked my mother's advice when we got married what to do when you frustrated me. She told me to crochet a little doll. Wow, he thought, darling, what a marriage. Only one doll, and he kissed her lovingly. What was the 100K for? Well, that's from all the dolls I've sold. I have always wanted to live up to the perfect advice from our Heavenly Father to not let the sun go down while you're angry. But far from perfect, I've had to adapt how I do this. The longest I have stayed awake so far is 5 days. It might sound a bit extreme. I do have to admit that after 5 days of not talking to each other, we were actually getting on. Hey, I'm really sorry, but that's actually the best advice I can. Oh, as everyone can see, the real key to my marriage of 25 years has been my wife's patience, tolerance, long-suffering, and unconditional love for a man with many faults, and I love and thank you for it.
Honour your wife.
I noticed this was referred to twice today, and in particular, fully read by Jesse in the reading. So in closing, I'd just like to mention 1 Corinthians 13. Well, they are pertinent words for the moment. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with truth. It always protects, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Unfortunately, this is not the description of me or what I have achieved. It is a description of what I aspire to. And after 25 years of marriage in Middlewood, I realised just how my Heavenly Father and Jesus Christ my Lord have been true to his head in our work together. Through the great times that we've had and the trials, they have never left nor forsaken us. And they will never leave nor forsake you if you continue to love and seek. May the Lord bless and keep you both in his care and in accordance with his perfect will. May you both united now support each other to the coming of the great day of our Lord, that we might bring glory to their names.
Thanks, Brother Aaron. I would like to take this moment. It's not on my notes or even in the schedule. Sorry, Sister Glenn. to acknowledge three people who are here, without whom none of this would be possible, and without whom Aidan and Laura would not be sitting up here in front of us. And that is dear Auntie Paula and Auntie Ruth and our Uncle Colin. So if you'd like to join me, we don't have any other grandparents here. If they're watching online, the Van Royen grandparents, we are remembering you now as well. Can you put your hands together for these three incredible? So we all appreciate your faithful example and your love of the truth through the years, and it trickles through the generations. So thank you very much. We're now entering the intimate zone, which is sort of the darker, dim lighting, and we're going to call forward the best man for today. And give his best man speech. That's Brother Aidan.
Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful day we've had so far in celebrating the wedding of Aidan and Laura. For those that don't know me, I'm Dan King, all the way from Adelaide, Australia. And I've had the honour to have been Aidan's best man. First of all, just want to say how gorgeous the bridesmaids look today. Wow. And then to the lads, we'll move on. Now you scrub up some coffee brokens. And firstly, I want to say a massive congratulations to the new Mr. and Mrs. Van Royen. I always say Van Royen, it's not Van Royen. Thank you for having us here today to celebrate a very chilly day. Chilly day. Freezing. We've been so blessed by our God and so thankful we were all able to be here today. And the last few months of planning and organising this special day has definitely had its turns and bumps with changing countries and locations. But to be here now in this beautiful country, chilly country, with all the planning involved coming to this point, it's not been easy, so a huge thank you to both sides of the parents, Paul and Bron and Jim and Michelle, for working so hard to get us to where we are now. There's always so much that goes on behind the scenes, so thank you to all involved. And ultimately, we know that God has been in control, working to get you Aidan to this point of being united in marriage, and all praise truly belongs to God and His wonderful works. So Aidan and I have been friends since what feels like the beginning of time.
That's long.
Connie, I teach visuals.
Here's the Davies.
You're gonna have to just yell so that they can hear you from the back.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Above the, yeah.
So me and Aidan first met back when our families were going to the same meeting. Funny enough. The first time I saw Aidan, I'd been warned by so many people that this Aidan was some crazy guy. My dad told me to go and say hello to him. I think about 11 at the time. I don't know if it was 11, that's right. So I walked around the corner of that collegial hall. The first thing I see is this chair wedged up in this tree. There's Aidan on the ground, about to throw a large branch of this chair to try and get this chair out of the tree. I had a few questions to try and say something. How did this chair get up so high in this tree? There's clearly some planned operation happening by Aidan. And some seriously skilled climbing involved. And literally on the road, this huge branch through this branch, like almost happened in slow motion. Flew through the air, hit the leg of the chair, comes crashing to the ground. And then that was it. That was the moment over. I was like, wow. This is Aidan. He then saw me, I was in shock that this happened. His first words ever to me was, careful that you're doing you. Then he did this little witch giggle, which I'm not going to imitate. Then it's like, hi, I'm Aidan. It's a great way to introduce yourself, but thank you for looking out for myself. From that exciting moment on, we became friends. We grew up in school together, and one main memory that sticks in my mind is our days on basketball. I was the no player. We played on the same team at the local gym every Tuesday night, and we won back-to-back premierships. I think even more. The list goes on. We could always rely on Aidan to be the rock in defense. He would always take the offensive charge from the other team. And offensive charge is when someone on the other team is running towards you. Aidan would just plant himself in front of his guy coming towards you, and Aidan falls over in pain. Makes an offensive charge on the other team. And we would always end up either Aidan being hit or the other team getting an easy basket. As he also moved in defense, he was just a step around. But with his defense on point, he was also great at coming clutch with the 3-pointer when we needed that the most. Laura never runs straight into him. He is as solid as a rock. But he's always a team player, and I know he'll always put himself on the line for you. He'll protect you and share in your details also. Yeah, that one. There were many crazy moments in our backyard, moments where I'm sure our mums wondered if we'll be taking a trip to hospital or if they would need to replace some broken windows. I'm proud to say, though, as far as I can remember, all windows and bones stayed intact. Although I'm not too sure how we managed that. I can't say the same for Andrew's dog, who then half blows from our Sorry, Mum. I loved it when we played scramble in our backyards. That's where you put the basketball in close to the trampoline and just go at each other. Try to get a massive slip. This is Samuel, Aidan, and I used to film each other and used to watch the videos and vote on our best dunks. Never ended up being the winner, as we just always vote for ourselves. I also had some intense wrestling with Sean, Grant, Aidan, myself, and Samuel. And it always ended up with Aidan either getting the biggest wedge you've ever seen. And we're just running up crying to his room and he's so much pain. And we also have bruises from the prison council. And those wrestling matches happened every time we walked into the very school. Gotta be on your toes. Still do. The most memorable moment I had with Aidan is when one day, unexpectedly, he came up to me and asked me if I would like to do first principles with him. Thank you for asking that. He helped me out to become a brother in Christ, which is the biggest gift of all. We started going for baptism together with Uncle Ken, which is Aidan's brother. And we got baptized around the same time. A few years later, we moved on to Rockhampton. We didn't see each other as often. I think he came to Adelaide last year. We chat at least once or fortnight on the phone. And it's an incredible thing when, even if you haven't seen someone for such a long time in friendship, you can still pick right up where it left off. And that's the mark of a true friendship, and I'm so grateful for that. And then one day when you called me and mentioned that you were interested in she was from New Zealand.
Uh-oh.
Laura.
Okay.
And you said that I would probably know her, which I think I did from using I told you she was really nice and you've been chatting for a while now. Fast forward to 2019, Shani, my wife, and I got to see Laura and Aidan in New Year's Eve. We met for the old classic burgers and wings, and then walked down to the Oval to watch the cricket. Not down to cricket, we actually watched it. Most of the time spending some time together. And every phone call for the last year, I've been waiting for something to wait for you to say. Still didn't get it out. Each time you would tell me how much you love Laura, and all the fun things you did together, and how well you worked together and understood each other. And you would always tell me, she's the one. She's the one. Well, here she is, she's the one. And then not so long ago, you called me. I was at the dinner with the tea, so yeah, so you called me and said that you'd put the question. I think you'd actually have 20 minutes. Leading into it, finally you said, and then you asked me to be your best man. And after some questionable suit color choices, one of the suit color choices.
That's Laura.
No, honestly, though, congratulations to you both. We can all see here how happy you have been today, and wish you a lifetime of happiness. Life is not always easy on throwing many curveballs, but yeah, it's true. Hold on to each other. Take the saying, I think it's been said a few times, never let the sun go down on your rock. Take that seriously. Always date your wife, no matter how old and gray you get. Keep God at the center. Almost. Keep God at the center, pray things together, share your lives with each other. When can I say that's all?
Do the dishes.
Yeah.
Hey, Aidan.
Laura would love you. Yeah, a couple times a week and do the washing. I will do a track record. I don't know how well you all the best as you walk your lives together in the grace of God. Have the best time on your honeymoon. And I'll be waiting for our when you get back. God bless you both and keep you. Thank you.
Is that working okay?
Yeah, why did it with you? You've got
It's
to touch
just,
that.
it's just an on-off button. That's a bit tricky for the Aussie. All right, well, this is the moment that Laura's been waiting for. Aidan, it's time for you to come forward and give us a few words.
He's Australian and you're very polite.
He's from
As people know me know, I'm not really a public speaker. I get very nervous. Please bear with me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my beautiful wife and I'd like to thank you all for joining us this evening to make it super special. we most importantly would like to thank our Heavenly Father for blessing us and guiding us here today. I'd first like to say thank you to everyone who has put in such an effort today to make it so special. Everyone who's contributed has gone above and beyond. We cannot thank you enough for what you've done. We'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. The effort you have put in this day is massive, and it could not have been achieved without your amazing love and support. We've been through so much together, through ups and downs of travelling, restrictions, and we're getting stuck in Australia.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot thank you enough.
Oh, see, it's the Australian.
I cannot thank you enough for trusting me with your daughter and patience throughout the roller coaster journey you've been through. Thank you for bringing up such a stunning little family. Me and my new wife. I'm so blessed that this amazing woman spent the rest of my life.
Thank you for all of your patience and love as I've grown. This last year has been crazy. I really can't express how thankful I am for your understanding and support through everything. Thank you for teaching me about what matters in life and always guiding me through the tough times. I love you both so much.
Now, my parents. Thank you for your support and guidance and an extreme amount of patience. If it wasn't for all that, I know I would have been there I am today. Thank you for your patience and understanding with the challenges in our path. It means so much to me to have both parents here today.
Thank you, Jill and Michelle, for raising such a wonderful man. I appreciate how welcome you have both made me feel in your family and for all the support that you've given to us. To Lucy and Colleen, thank you for your ongoing help and friendship that you give us and for letting us stay in your fine house. You both mean so much to me.
We're also looking forward to spending a lot more time getting to know you guys a lot better and watching you grow up. And also some fan. Yeah. My siblings. But showing me a great example throughout my life. Being through myself, by my side, especially the Grant and Adrian Wilson family. When I went up to Queensland, he basically took me in his family, taking care of walls. Helped me so much in Queensland. I'm grateful for every moment I was over there. Couldn't You just had it right.
Thank you to Grant and Adrian for your help throughout this journey and for making it here today. We really appreciate it. And to the stunning girls beside me today, thank you to Andy for being a fantastic bridesmaid and for since I've come into your life. Thank you for being the amazing ladies that you all are. To Connie and Georgia, who have been with me throughout most of my life. Thank you so much for your friendship and love you've shown both of us and your ability to be flexible with the changes we've had.
I'd also like to thank the ladies for helping work with me today. And also to point out, lovely. Yeah. And of course, the great lads down the corner there.
Yeah, we can take you.
Bring them up for a better wedding party. Thank you very much.
No, we're only doing this once.
To our friends, all of you, who we consider our friends, family, anyway. We'd like to thank you for all you have done for us throughout the years, all the support and guidance you've given Laura and myself. I look forward to that continuing for years. Thank you again to everyone that's made this special effort for our wedding day today. There's a lot of planning work that goes into this day, like this, into a day like this. And we are so thankful for all the background people who have chosen to make this possible. We'd also like to say a small hello and thank you to all those who couldn't make it. And a special call out to my grandparents who couldn't be here unfortunately. So, sister-in-law. Now, my beautiful. Can't express how beautiful you is. And how much I'm looking forward to spending with you tomorrow. You've been with me through so much and stayed by my side. I look forward to being able to explore this beautiful country with you. I'm looking forward to starting a little family of our own. And knowing that you'll be an amazing mom, best friend, partner, along that journey.
And of course, to my best friend and husband. I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with you. I love you so much.
Yes. Yes.
You can raise a glass.
Nothing spill.
Especially for one for thank you all.
Still chinks.
All right. Well, thanks very much for those words. We've had the privilege of taking this couple through some marriage classes, getting to know them, and look forward to spending some more time together the next few years, God willing. Christ remains away. We all here collectively would pray and wish God's richest blessing on you as you are about to depart from us in a few minutes on your first night together and on the rest of your lives as a couple and as a new family. May God's richest blessing be with you. A big thank you to Paul and Ron and Jim and Michelle who have made today possible. Let's put our hands together for them. We are going to have coffee and cake and tea for a few minutes, and then the bride and groom will leave. So please feel free to mingle. The cake will come out and we'll share it. We want All right, thank you very much.